A federal government delegation is in Yobe State to sympathize with the state government over the recent Mafa killing by suspected Boko Haram fighters. President Tinubu is represented by the Minister of Finance and Blue Economy, Wale Edun. TVC News, Michael Oshoma reports.
For the past 24 hours, Yobe State government has continued to play host to top government dignitaries. The visit is to commiserate with Governor Buni and the people of the state over the Mafa carnage that claimed several lives. The latest visit is a delegation sent by President Bola Tinubu. Led by the Minister of Finance, their mission is clear: to commiserate with the people of Yobe State.
We all heard the news and we all know what has been done to make Yobe State safe and secure. And with this recent incident, this unfortunate incident, we first of all commiserate with all those who have lost relatives. We pray for peaceful repose of the souls, and we pray for comfort of all their loved ones that they have left behind.
In his remarks, the National Security Advisor says insecurity in the region will soon be a thing of the past under the leadership of President Tinubu.
I want to assure you, Your Excellency, and the people of Yobe, that federal government is up and doing its own part more than ever before, and we believe it's a matter of time. And with the resolve of the government that we have today, more than ever before, I want to assure you that it's a matter of time, small time remaining. The entire country will be secured.
There cannot be you without Nigeria. And we have no other country to call our own than Nigeria. So we have to work, we have to pray, and then wish ourselves well. With that, we will complement the effort of government towards success.
In a separate visit, the Gombe State Governor and his entourage registered their condolences with his Yobe counterpart by donating the sum of 50 million naira to the affected victims of Mafa massacre. Recently, Yobe State government donated millions of naira to the Mafa victims to cushion their sufferings. Michael Oshoma, TVC News, Yobe State.
The Bola Tinubu administration is seeking partnership with organized labor and employers towards the success of its 8-point renewed hope agenda. TVC News Joke Adisa reports.
The government is almost always at loggerheads with organized labor over policies and its implementation, food security, poverty eradication, economic growth, job creation, access to capital, inclusion, rule of law, and fight against corruption are the pillars upon which the administration hopes to bring about renewed hope for the people. This town hall engagement is to promote much-needed knowledge and awareness about the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu administration. It aims at harnessing the inputs of labor and employers to reduce incidents of trade and labor disputes.
It would be nice for the government, to have the feelings of the stakeholders on the reform agenda, but also the stakeholders must have open mind to also listen to the government.
The Minister of Labour and Employment in Kiruka Onyejocha says there is the need for all citizens, irrespective of affiliation, to be on the same page with the government and support it.
The federal government has sought and continues to seek to collaborate with policymakers who make development possible by generating and sustaining the momentum.
University teacher George Ogain tasked government to commit to improving local production and tackle insecurity as panacea for a developed economy.
Much of what government has been able to do is in the short term, very haphazard, very temporary, really unrealistic policy measures to deal with the substantial issue of poverty reduction and unemployment.
But while the Nigeria Labour Congress is conspicuously absent here, the Trade Union Congress lashes at the government for the continued rise in the price of petrol.
It is not a good message, but a message to tell the government that Nigerians are suffering. There must be a change of attitude.
Strikes, protests, and picketing are weapons workers use to drive home their demand from the authorities. The resolution at the end of the town hall engagement is expected to translate to a better working synergy between organized labor on one hand and employers of labor on the other, particularly as it relates to understanding the vision and mission of the President Bola Tinubu government. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
The federal government has declared Monday, the 16th of September, a public holiday in order to mark the celebration of Eid al-Maulud, the birth of Prophet Muhammad. The Minister of Interior, Buni made the declaration on behalf of the federal government in a statement by the ministry's permanent secretary. While congratulating Muslim faithful on the occasion, the minister asked them to use the period to pray for enduring peace and a more prosperous nation. The Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board has approved the promotion of 20,867 senior officers across various ranks in its agencies. Addressing newsmen on Friday in Abuja after the board's meeting, which started on Thursday, the secretary of the board, Jafaru Ahmed, said that the officers promoted cuts across all the agencies under the board's jurisdiction. He said 5,339 officers were promoted in the Nigerian Correctional Service, 5,112 in the Immigration Service, 489 in the Federal Fire Service, and 9,937 in the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. According to him, the board considered and approved the monitoring and evaluation of career development courses, amongst others. Well, another set of 200 fresh graduates of Project Loud Babajide Sanwo-Olu Skills Acquisition and Empowerment Center have been charged to leverage the opportunity given to them by the Sanwo-Olu administration towards self-discovery, development and economic emancipation of the youth in the state. Convener of the Project Lagos of Our Dream Loud Sanwo-Olu Skills Acquisition and Empowerment Center, Kenny Bakari, says the main vision of Project Loud is to take the youth of Lagos off the streets and give their lives a meaning. He expressed confidence that the fresh graduates are masters in their various skills and are ready to live a productive life. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Lagos State Development and Property Cooperation, Ferry Phillips, charged the graduates to take advantage of the large market of Lagos. Meanwhile, the graduate thanks the Governor for the program.
So far, we've been able to empower over 2,000 students in different skills. And the governor, we don't just teach them how to fish, we also teach them how to sell the fish. That is why digital marketing and introduction to photography is compulsory.
There's no greater place or there's no greater initiative than allowing another human being the ability or the opportunity to feed themselves, feed their loved ones, improve their skill base. So I'm very encouraged today. I'm very inspired. By all means, I'm extending my hand of collaboration and friendship to Honorable Kenny to replicate this in my local governments and in other areas.
Handwork is the best way. When you have it, you'll be proud to what you are doing. I'm not saying go to school is not good. You can go to school, but please, you make sure when you are going to the school, you make sure you learn how to do something. You create something with your hand. The youth outside there, please, handwork is the best.
I've long wanted this opportunity, but because of finance, it was not forthcoming. And I got it at a platter of gold, as in for free. A very big thank you to Governor Sanwo-Olu. I really appreciate it. At first I thought it was going to be a kind of a tribal, because since I was not a Lagosian, I didn't expect I would be chosen.
And now I'm empowered with a skill. I'm no longer idle at home. Right now I'm able to go out there and make some money for myself despite the economic challenges.